Well, welcome back, everybody, to a super early edition of TED Talks Guitars and Life. So, this morning, up before the dawn and all that, hey, do you guys know, man? Does the early bird really get the worm? And I don't know anything about all that, man. You know, we have all these sayings in life. I don't know where they come from, but. So it has been decided. Well, I don't know if it's been decided, but a couple things have been decided. So one, I think I mentioned last night that I did order a couple of replacement necks. Now, again, you know, man, I get it. It's a $79 guitar. Why would you waste your effort? And all those kinds of thoughts. And believe me, I had similar thoughts. But as those of you who hang out on the channel, by the way, if you hang out on the channel, man, I really appreciate you doing so. And man, more than anything, you know, I was super embarrassed to post the videos last night, at least the first one. You know, I was like, dude, man, I look like a moron. And you know what, guys? If me being a moron, and I don't think I'm a moron, just so you know, my wife would be very unhappy if she heard me say that. But even if I'm perceived as being a moron, if my travels and journeys can help somebody else, maybe not to be a moron. I've had so many great teachers in life, man. You guys had great teachers? I've had, there was a dude, man, at my high school. Mr. Stewart was his name. And I don't know why Mr. Stewart was so gracious to me. And I am, I have multiple professions that I engage in today, but a couple of key areas of focus for me, and a couple of those have to do with education. And so as an educator, I don't know that my professional assessment, that I would necessarily agree with Mr. Stewart in what his motives were, and truthfully, I don't really know what his motives were. However, I did not really merit a passing grade in, I think it was like civics or something like that in high school. You know, man, I had a hard time in high school, man. I got a bug and just wanted to get out, and I was going to be a rock star. I mean, how about you guys? How many of you were going to be rock stars before life happened, right? And so, yeah, man, Mr. Stewart, I guess out of the kindness of his heart. I mean, I don't really know. I did at one point years ago. I was able to find him and send him an email. I think it was an email. I don't really call people. Hey, Two Bike Mike, man. I know you've asked me a couple times about or mentioned WhatsApp and visiting. Dude, I don't know how to find anybody on WhatsApp. And I don't know how to find your phone number or anything. So the only way I can communicate is in the comments of videos, but with anybody. But that's not true, man. J-Man, thanks for sending me your email, dude. Appreciate you taking time, man. These guys, I mean, man, those of you, look, if you guys haven't been out to J-Man's channel or Two Bike Mike's channel, man, I have learned so much from those dudes, and no, they are not giving me anything. can you imagine, man? Those guys have like thousands of subscribers. How precious it is that a guy with, just a few hundred subscribers is giving anybody a shout out. Y'all might find that enjoyable, but anyway. But those guys, man, they're just really great and responsive. And even when they tell me that, hey man, I don't know that you should have ever done that, I'm just so appreciative, man, that somebody is on the journey with me. And you know what, man? Many of you have commented, man, just like notes of encouragement, and particularly, man, those of you who have expressed that there's something about these videos that's helpful for you. This is really tricky, and I may need more coffee, but I'm doing the best I can do here. The main thing is I just don't want to, again, it's a $79 guitar. And the only reason that I am this invested in this process is my grandson. He's the reason, man. He is the reason. So I mentioned in one of the other videos, when I work on something like this, I'm thinking about him, man, and I'm praying for him. And it's super early here, I mentioned that, but man, that's part of my morning routine. I spend time in the scriptures, and I pray for people. Man, there's quite a few guys who have channels, and just praying, man. One of them's going through cancer, and one of them's wife. His wife has had some challenges, and I just know I'm praying for you guys. I really am. And yeah, so I'm trying to tape this up, and just thought I'd have some coffee and get some tape, and just really, man, express my gratitude for those who are hanging out and encouraging me in this. And even those who said, dude, I got nothing for you, but good luck, it's good to know you're not alone, man, in life. So many times in life when we can just feel like we're just in it alone, man, and nobody is kind of around to help us. And so I know, look, man, the guitars are fun. Well, they're supposed to be fun, right? Somebody said in a comment of another vid, I think it was last night, he said, man, all I play is, I think he said, it was a response to one of my budget vids, and he said, man, not all I have, but a lot of the guitars I have are budgets, and I just love them. I love playing. And then the brother said, and isn't that the point? Dude, yes, man, absolutely, rock on. That is the point, man. All of this is supposed to be a fun journey, man. It's supposed to be enjoyable. And we can get caught up, I can get caught up, man, in like emotions and sentimentality about brands, and I could spend more money than my dear wife, who's completely supportive of my little endeavor here, TED Talks, Guitars, and Life, and gratefully, thankfully, every endeavor of my life, she is just a true partner in my life, man, that I just really value. So anyway, all that to say, it's supposed to be fun. And when it stops being fun, you know what? Maybe we are in an area of time to reconsider something. Because life is short, man. And I don't know, man. I think if you hang on the channel, man, you already know. You know my heart. You do you, man. You do whatever seems right to you. Don't let anybody run any space in your head. Don't even mess with that, man. Just do what you think, man. So, in thinking about this, oh yeah, we're working on a guitar, right? Oh, look, man, TED Talks, right? So I know I'm putting way too much tape on here, and I know that tape is not, it's not super expensive, but there's no need to waste tape and all that. I'm just trying to make sure that when I get in here, and so here's what I'm going to attempt to do, right? So I'm going to attempt to sand this down flush with the board. How am I going to do that? I don't know. I imagine sandpaper and files will be involved. My only concern, thus the tape, is making sure that I don't go deeper than that line right there on either side of this board. Because unfortunately, when the pieces broke, they didn't broke it. Obviously, they did not break, English grammar, evenly. So I think for the nut purposes, so I've got a nut coming, and it's a wide kind of block bone nut, and I'm going to attempt, and the key word is attempt, to cut that bad boy into a usable replacement nut for this. And for those of you who've asked about the neck, I still don't know, man. I don't know if I'm like emotional about the neck or overreacting about the neck. I don't know if these whole pores looks like cracks to me or really cracks. I just don't know, guys. But here's what I do know. I know I got a nut coming, and I will at some point file this down, file a nut down, and be super embarrassing for me to record that, but I probably should, just for prosperity and hangout sake. But yeah, then I've got 2 Telecaster necks coming, because I don't know what's going to fit on here and what's not. And I guess we'll see what wins. And yeah, again, dude, it was a $79 guitar. Why would you spend $60 on a neck? Well, it's for my grandson, right? And he is the reason why I'm doing what I do, at least in reference to this guitar, and in many other areas of my life. So, as Sean had a great idea, he said, dude, why don't you just buy another one? And, because it's about the same. This at $79, it's almost the same price point for a replacement neck. But I reminded him that, dude, this is my second Demusea Telecaster, and the first neck was not great. So the idea that a third neck would be kind of the unicorn neck, I don't really think that's possible, maybe. So those are the updates, man. I'm trying to get this as taped off, and I probably should have taped up to the cracks here. And I'll do that off camera, because I am going on and on a little bit here. But man, I just really appreciate you guys. I don't know what your day is like, but I got to go into work mode here in a little bit and handle my business, but my situations, as it were. So wherever you are in your day, man, wherever you are in your guitar journey, man, I pray it's a long, safe, enjoyable ride, man, for you. Rock on with your bad selves, and I'm gonna catch you down the road. Hey, just an amendment to my earlier comments. The other thing that I'm going to do, just so everybody knows, is I'm going to put some tape on this flat side of the rosewood here, so that when I'm filing, I'm not filing against this end here, if that makes any sense at all. So I just wanted to point that out for project's sake, and just to kind of let everybody know that yeah, I'm not going to be just running sandpaper up against this flat surface here. I am going to put this on here as a starting point, and then I will put thicker gauge tape. I'm just trying to get a base mark here. Well, my daughter's trying to get our granddaughter up and ready for school, so chaos is ensuing. So yeah, anyway, so that'll give you the idea of what I'm talking about. So now I'll just have this, and again, I'll put a heavier duty tape and make sure that this is all covered well, but just wanted to point that out as well. Alright, man, have a great day. Well, and we're back. So hey man, it ain't perfect, but it is flat-ish. It's sure not as pretty as I'd like it to be, but it's pretty ugly in there. It seemed like I would sand and it would get really cool looking, and then I'd sand and I'd find all these imperfections, but yeah, she's about as flat as I can get it. So that's the update on that deal. Again, I've got a block bone coming in, and we'll see how things work out. The adventure continues. Hey man, my dog is going crazy. Whatever your dog is doing and however your guitar journeys are going, man, I pray it's a long, safe, peaceful ride for you. Rock on with your bad selves. I'm going to get out of here and catch y'all down the road.